All right, we've got a good one. Riley Sager's The Only One Left. I don't normally read books like this. Um, it was a nice little break from what I normally read. Let me get this out of the way. This is like a throwback for me to the Scholastic Book Fair almost. This was a time in my life when I read thrillers and mysteries and fiction in general. But it's fun. This is a gothic revival, sort of like 1980s big mansion in Maine, creepy mystery thriller. It is about a caretaker that goes in to take care of an elderly lady that was accused of murdering her whole family. 60 years before our character goes in to take care of this lady, and it's this dynamic in this rich family where there's mystery. We don't know if this person killed their family when they were younger. It explores dynamics between some people in the family. There's great riddles and town rumors of what might have happened that the caregiver has explored through growing up in this community. But then she goes in and actually meets the people involved in all of this. And so it was really cool, and it kind of unwinded at a nice pace. This is Riley Sager's my first read of Riley Sager's. And I think I might have found like a new favorite little author series to go through. He writes quite a bunch of these. He was inspired by the whole Lizzie Borden story, and he thought, what would it be like for the home health care workers' perspective of taking care of somebody that had been accused of murdering their whole family. And so they kind of give away as non-spoilers, but there's great twists, there's great turns. I would recommend the book for somebody that likes well-rounded characters. He wrote the characters really well. You get on board with the primary character pretty early on. Her name's Kit, and you kind of root for her, and she's real honest about her background, and anybody likes an authentic character. And so you kind of root for her and figuring out what happened and getting the truth. And then there's just like so many great twists and turns that keep you wanting to go to the next page. And you'll sit down and you'll read this thing in one go. So I would recommend it for people that like well-rounded characters, that like mystery novels, that like cool environments. Little creepy, agey, pre-tech sort of books, thrillers that unwind slowly and give clues in each chapter. It's really cool. It reminded me, some of the Agatha Christie type novels. But trying to think, it's got a 4.11 on Goodreads, and so people seem to like it. I haven't heard much criticism of the book. I heard that his book last year wasn't great. So I'm going to go back and explore Riley Sager's. This is his 8th book, I believe I read in the back. And one thing I like, too, is at the end it's got Q&A. So people ask him questions, and he answers 20 questions, which I thought was pretty interesting. Where do you write? What's something you can't write without? So that was really cool, him sharing part of his writing process with the readers. But if you go to YouTube and you type in Riley Sager, he's got a great interview with a book club, about 50 minutes, where he talks about what inspired this. And I think it's non-spoiler, so you kind of get to talk or enjoy the process after you've read it, if you want a non-spoiler perspective. But Lenora Hope is the elderly character in this story, and I loved the mansion title, Hope's End. And it was this isolated setting in Maine that really sets the right environment for these characters. And it's creepy. It's kind of like when you've gone into an old Gilded Age mansion and you feel that weird, cold, distant, isolated feeling that you get, when you go through an old place. That's kind of how I felt reading this book. So it was fun. But I'm trying to think anything else I want to say. I would reread it. Would I recommend it to a friend? I would. In fact, I'm going to give this to a friend and see what they think, and then we'll talk about it. So I'm pleasantly surprised by this read. It's one of those unexpected. It was a gift, and it's like something outside of your sphere that you really get to enjoy, and that was fun. And yeah, it kept me wanting to go to the next page. So The Only One Left by Riley Sager, and I'm excited to read some more of his work. Check it out.